And hello again, people. Cheeky little surprise for you guys today. Hope everyone's well. This is the latest channel car. I have actually got another one in the garage that I haven't actually filmed about yet. Well, actually I have filmed already, but I messed the video up. I deleted sections of the video, so I've not been able to upload the whole video, but I'm going to do another video on that soon. But for now, here is the Volvo V70 T5 1998 2.3 litre 5-cylinder turbo. So if anyone that knows about this car will know what this car is. This one happens to be in this beautiful, we'll just have a quick walk around the car. What a beautiful green spoiler on the roof. The turbo blade alloys, 5 spokes. It's I've already done a full paint treatment on it. Let me just sit in the car so I can talk a bit louder. I've already done a full paint treatment on the car, so I've done a full mop and polish, as you can probably see by the paint. Let me just show you. I mean, it's pretty damn reflective, pretty shiny. So it's had full mop and polish, machine polish, and then it's had a ceramic paint coat just to get the paint as gleaming as possible, which I think it is now. But the interior, have a little look. I mean, other than those little bits coming away from the door card and the back as well, roof lining immaculate, back seats immaculate, passenger seat immaculate, driver's seat absolutely immaculate, like new. The center console, let's have a little look in there, like new, immaculate. OBD port there, gear selector, handbrake. You know, look at it, look at the condition. Pedals, you can see, not worn out. Steering wheel, nice leather, all in good condition. Look, it's like new still, literally like new. Now, background to this car is I was called out to diagnose a fault on this car, and then I happened to find out that they may be considering selling it at some point. And I said, well, if you're selling it, let me know. And they did, and I bought it. So I've had it for a few days now, been driving it. It drives fantastic. It doesn't really need anything other than a basic service. And then the timing belt as well, really, just to stay on top of it. The timing belt was done at about 5-6 years ago, something like that, at 80,000 miles. It's done 136,000 now, so it needs doing again, and I'm going to do that soon. So I'm not going to be hammering this car at all until that's done. In fact, I'm probably not even going to be driving it much at all, if any. But right, today we're going to be doing a service on it. I've got oil filter, plugs, what else have we got, air filter, some good oil, and that then there's one of the rear tires is flat as well, but it happens to be one of the only one that's not matching the other 3 new ones on the car. So I've managed to get a matching one to the other 3 new ones on the car, which is coming tomorrow. So it's going to have 4, but the other tires I'll show you, they're like new. That's the one that's a bit flat, but all the others are this I-Link brand. Not the best, obviously, but the others are all brand new. It's got, look at, it's got 3 brand new tyres on it. So it's going to have 4 now. Obviously it needed 3 for the MOT, whoever MOT'd it. Well, the previous owner got it MOT'd, but they obviously only put what was needed. So luckily I can get the matching tyres. So it's got 4 matching tyres then, new tyres, which will be fantastic. Bit of a luxury. And other than that, I've literally on the inside, I've just hoovered it. I've got some new mats that have just come, some special tailored mats that fit the car perfectly with some cream piping. We'll have a look at those in a sec. Also, what else have I got? Some new wheel centre caps, because these ones are obviously no good anymore. So got some new centre caps. And other than that, she's an absolute beaut. The guy has it from new. I found out that it was a Siemens company car. There's the Siemens phone holder in there. I would like to try and find a Siemens phone that fits that still. It's got an aerial in the back there, but it's been disconnected or been pulled out for some reason. But I actually found it in the glove box there. So we've got the aerial and the plate that goes on it. I'm not quite sure how that works. I think it's inductive because there's no hole in the glass. So yeah, I think we may be able to fix that. I'm not sure, but hopefully we can. And then yeah, or maybe the wire's got to go through somewhere. I don't know. We'll have a look at that. But anyway, other than that, it's fantastic. I've got all the service history for it. Obviously, because it was a company car, where's the key? Because it was a company car, it was all looked after. And yeah, let's start it up. Turn this off. Purrs like a kitten. Now there is this warning light on that wasn't on when I picked the car up, but it's been on since I've driven it. So that's the emission system. So we'll have a look at that. It's probably a lambda sensor or something like that. But other than that, she's a beauty. I'm not sure if you can hear. No, you probably can't hear anything. I'll open the door a bit. Sounds nice. She hangs the revs a little bit, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have a look. We'll check for vacuum leaks, stuff like that. But we're going to give it a full service now. We're going to let the engine warm up. We're going to do an engine flush on it. Once the engine flush is done, we'll drop the oil, we'll change the filter, put some new oil in it, change the air filter, change the 5 spark plugs because obviously it's a 5-cylinder, 5, and yeah, that'll be it. Then after that we'll just have to do the timing belt, but for now we'll let it warm up, and then in fact I'll open the bonnet, show you under the bonnet. But for now all we can do is wait. Obviously have already cleaned it under here. It was covered in leaves and crap. Right, before the video cut out, because I ran out of memory on my phone, it was all dirty under here, but I've given it a good clean. There's no issues I can really see. There's a bit of an oil leak from the valve cover gasket. I've got one of those ordered, so we'll do that at some point. There's no real oil leaks or anything like that. All the coolant lines look okay. I mean, I'm scared to have a look, obviously, because the more you look, the more you'll find. I mean, that coolant line there looks a little bit suspect, but it is just... Oof, see, that it's just wiped off. Thank God, that's literally just surface corrosion, so it might not be too bad. I don't think she is. I think she's a good one. I think she really is a good one. Everything looks okay. Oil was quite clean. It's got no major leaks other than that rocker cover gasket. So yeah, we'll let her warm up and we'll drop the oil and get the air filter out, see what's going on, and change these plugs as well. Right, so it's up to temperature. Before we do the engine flush, we'll just have a little look underneath. Luckily, the filter is nice and easy accessible here. Is that hand tight? Oh yeah, I can get that off by hand. Right, there is a bit of an oil leak here, quite a fresh one. Now I'm going to try and see where that's coming from. Is that the sump gasket? I hope not. Or is it coming from up top somewhere? In fact, it looks like it's coming from the turbo, bottom of the turbo. That's a big turbo. Yeah, bottom of the turbo. It's leaking, it's the seal. There, look. Turbo feed pipe seal actually dripping, but oof, I just got some oil on me. But is that the main leak? Not sure. Is that the main leak? I don't know. We'll have to give it a clean and see. It could be the sump gasket. Don't know. Hard to say. We'll have to give it a clean and have a look. But anyway, we'll get the engine flush in. So this is the one we're using. Drive Tech engine flush, rapid action. Got to put it in, leave the engine idling for 15 minutes, and then drain everything out. So we'll pour that in like so. This is going to remove all any harmful built up deposits inside the engine. Helps improve compression, etc. Not really sure if this engine actually needed it. It wasn't that bad, but I like doing it just to be safe. So look in there. No major wear on the lobes. Can you see that lobe in that? You see? There you go. Looks quite clean. Quite clean internal. No major wear. So we'll start it up and we'll let that take effect. Right then, so it's the following morning. Couldn't finish last night because they sent the wrong oil filter. It's a big metal one and they sent a small paper one. So the van's on its way now with the correct one, still dripping some oil out. So I'm going to let it drain still. Is that the van? No, that's not the van. We might just do the plugs now and the air filter, and then we'll get the sump plug in, wash with a new washer, give the bottom of the engine a bit of a clean up, and then yeah, wait for this filter to turn up. Right, so the filter's just turned up. Correct one, big metal one, and I've just got the valve, well, the plug cover off, plug leads out, first plug's out, and it's very old and burnt, so I'm glad that we're going to get these changed. Tips are quite worn. I mean, it's not terrible, but yeah, I bet they're all going to look like that. If I find any others that have got oil on or anything, I will show, but I think I'm just going to get the rest of these out now, get the new ones in. So the new plugs we've got, Bosch, some nice ones. The old ones, where's the old one gone? Champion. So we'll look at the difference. What's the tip going to be like? Ah, the Champions look like they're potentially better. How can I get that off? Oh, it's just a simple, oh, I don't know. It's got a very sharp point on there. Anyway, they're new, so we'll put them in. Right then, there are all the old plugs out. New ones in, covers back on, just done the air filter. That was like new. It's done next to no miles, obviously. Excuse me, over the last God knows how many years. It's just not been used. So yeah, let's get the new oil filter on the bottom. We'll get some oil in and then we'll start her up. Right then, filters on, sump plugs in. We're about to chuck 5.8 litres of this semi-synthetic 1040, which is what this car's meant to have, and then we're going to start her up. Right then, so we're out on a drive, and I can tell you it is noticeably, let me just close this window, it is noticeably smoother, quicker, more responsive. There was a weird vibration at idle in drive with your foot on the brake, sat at the lights like we are now, and it would rattle something in the dash. So much so that I was almost contemplating having to remove the dash to find out what the rattle was. That droning rattle's gone now because the idle's smoother and there's no resonant vibrations in the vehicle from the engine coming into the cabin. So it's completely changed the feeling, the sound, the tone, everything about the car, just that little service. So I'm so glad I did the plugs as well. Those plugs clearly needed doing. So it's running so much better now. There's so much more power. The turbo kicks in quicker now as well. Everything just feels better. So we're going to take it back. Oof, it pulls off nice. So nothing keeps up with me from the lights. Well, I need to talk more about this car, to be honest, because there's a long line of automotive history that comes from this vehicle, and this engine specifically, the 5-cylinder turbo 2.3, it's a pretty beefy engine. And as you know, these cars were used in the British Touring Car Championships as well, the estate version. So they made a big impression on the automotive world when they did that, when Volvo did that. Very brave move, great marketing move, and since then everyone remembers what these T5 or 850 Estates were all about. This is obviously the V70, but it's the updated 850 essentially. It's the last of the boxy shape you can get. But anyway, I love this car. Oh my god. What's it behind? A BMW something. I can guarantee this has got more brake horsepower than whatever's behind, and what's behind is brand new. That's a nice feeling. Anyway, we will get this home. I've got another couple of little treats to put on the car now, like the wheel caps that I mentioned that are in there. I've got some new ones at home, and then we've also got a nice set of mats to go in. And then yeah, we might give the interior a bit of a shine, even though it doesn't really need it. And then yeah, we'll leave the video for there until we do some more work to the car. I've just remembered we've got that emissions light on, so I've not actually done a scan on this car at all yet. So we'll get the Autel out, we'll get this OBD. I wonder if this has ever even been taken off. It doesn't look like it. It looks brand new. That port looks to have had little to no use, which is what I like to see. If this was a BMW of the same age, this cover would be missing, and that port would have seen more action than a cheap lady of the night. Right then, so we've got the Autel connected, and we've got one fault in the engine control module, transmission control module 2, ABS. These are probably battery faults, because I know the battery was disconnected and flat for a while, so these might be caused due to that, but we'll have a look. I know one's going to be a genuine fault. The ECM fault's going to be genuine, because the lights on, the emission lights on, I wonder how many modules it's actually got. I'd say 10. Can't have that many. It's not that modern, obviously, so it's not full of a module for each door, you know, the back part of the car, front part of the car, each seat, you know, every single thing in the car, where it's, you know, ridiculous on modern cars now. Oh wow, power seat module, look, what did I just say? It's actually more advanced than I thought. Module right, no, it hasn't got the modules, look. Power seat module right, or has it got the right one? Yeah, mine's a power seat, which is the right seat, so it may well have a right module. Anyway, we'll let this do its thing, and then we'll pick up once it's finished. So it's finished, 6 modules in total. You'd only get that few modules, or that low of a number of modules on a modern car if it was a very low spec car, like a really basic Kia Picanto or something like that, you know, really small basic Fiesta or a KA. But on a modern car you'd get 30 something modules plus, so only 7, less to go wrong. Let's have a look at the report on this one. Long-term fuel trim idling. Fuel trim idling. Mode selector switch signal, permanent fault signal to high. Instrument cluster, fuel sensor, open circuit. Well, that's not true, because the fuel sensor works. ECT signal fault, engine coolant temp, signal fault. Interesting. Coolant temp works, and vehicle speed signal missing. These were probably caused due to the battery being flat or low, and the long-term fuel trim idling fault. What would cause that long-term fuel trim idling? Let's have a little dig. One sec. Right, so upon some digging, it's going to be either, well, it's obviously related to the fuel system, but to sort of be more specific, I would suggest it's going to be, it could be one of many things. It could be purely because it hasn't been serviced. It could be mass airflow sensor not reading correctly, could be air leak somewhere. It's one of those really vague ones. So essentially what we need to do is we're going to clear the faults and see if it comes back now it's been serviced. I've had a quick look around the bonnet and can't see any leaks anywhere or any obvious exhaust leaks, or we might just give the MAF sensor a clean, take it out, clean it. But other than that, it may just be due to it not being serviced. So we'll clear these faults anyway. And then once these have cleared, we'll clean the MAF sensor and then we'll just drive it and see how it goes. It does take a long time to communicate with the modules, I've noticed, but obviously that's because it's an older, well, the first type of OBD, 1998. Lots of cars didn't even have it then, so it's the first protocol that was used. Not as quick as the modern ones. Was there no response from the ECM then? Did that not clear? We might have to go into it. Alright, one sec. Right, so all faults are cleared then. We are going to clean the MAF sensor and then keep our fingers crossed and we'll end the video. Right, so the MAF sensor's got these stupid security screws in. So I don't know how badly I actually want to try cleaning this. I might just replace it. I'm sure these aren't that expensive. So I've still got an injector cleaner to put through it as well, which will probably make a big difference because it could be an dirty injector issue. Is that actuator moving down there? Yes, it's moving. Might just spray some grease on that actuator just to make sure that's moving, or try and move it back and forward manually once it's cooled down a bit. But yeah, or maybe put a vacuum pump on there and just try and get some vacuum on it, make sure that actuator's actually turned. Well, it must be working because I can feel the turbo kicking in. So yeah, I'm sure it's all fine, but yeah, I'll double check. But anyway, I think we will call it a day and end the video here. So I will, yeah, thank you guys for, oh no, it's not the end of the video, is it? Because I can talk a bit louder now, sorry guys, it's a bit, there's people out there doing work and all sorts, so I get a bit self-conscious, if you know what I mean, a bit shy. But anyway, we've got these mats going and these wheel caps, so we'll just chuck those in quick and then we'll end the video. And it's on, and then the final ASMR. Lovely. Right then, I've got all 4 caps on, looking nice and fresh. I've actually got new wheel nuts as well. I don't know if we'll do those now or not, or should we polish up these steel ones? They'll probably come up quite nice anyway. I've got new black ones if needed, but these are the mats. Look at that, gorgeous, with some trim on and the proper bits to clip on. Let's get those in. This is what we're working with currently. Oh dear. Now have a look at the difference. Obviously I can shampoo these carpets to get those stains out and make it look a bit cleaner where the old mat sat, but oh my god. Tailored look, clipped in, beautiful. Back ones, tailored, absolutely perfect. We're getting there. We've got the new wheel caps on. Oh. We're getting there, fully serviced, running like a dream. Hopefully that engine light's out now. If anything, we'll change the MAF sensor. We've got an injector cleaner to run through it as well here, and we will do the fuel filter as well, which I forgot to do. So we'll end this video here. Thanks for watching. You're going to be seeing more of this car. We're going to be tuning it. I think with just a remap we can get 300 brake horsepower out of this, and yeah, we can do some other nice bits to it, but mainly we need to silicone this rocker cover gasket to stop it leaking, and we need to do the timing belt as well, just to be on the safe side. So yeah, thanks for watching. Be back again soon.